Hello everybody and welcome to the Chicagoland Speedway for the next race in our 2005 NR2003 season here, the USG Sheetrock 400, as it'll be Jimmy Johnson on pole position alongside Matt Kenseth, who's still looking to break that 3-year winless streak. Has not won since his championship season in 2002 as you get ready to drop the green here in the windy city of Chicago as we are greening underway from the Chicagoland Speedway. Who is going to find victory lane today? We are going to find out as it is Jimmy Johnson out to the early race lead. Kenseth and Vickers side by side for a second behind him as they go off into turn one. As you see here, Johnson out to the advance trying to get his second win of the season. Of course, Jimmy Johnson, your current regular season points leader, trying to maintain that points lead, grow it over Tony Stewart to try to secure a regular season championship. And here comes Vickers almost making contact. An aggressive move for the race lead on lap one by Johnson's teammate Vickers, who is a 3-time winner this season. And Vickers is now leading the way here at Chicagoland. Johnson is right there alongside him in second. Dale Jr. lurking in third, trying to find a way by. Finally having a good run. The 8-car shoves Jimmy Johnson ahead, who has a good run on exit of turn 2. And Johnson will take the lead back from Vickers. How about Greg Biffle trying to go back-to-back race wins, lurking in the picture in third. Biffle trying to work his way forwards early, but Johnson doesn't have the momentum on the high side. It is Brian Vickers who is taking the lead here at Chicagoland, but Greg Biffle right there behind him, putting the pressure on, trying to take that lead away now as we go into lap number 3. So far, so good. Clean and green. Good hard racing so far here in Chicagoland Speedway. But at the front of the pack, it is Greg Biffle, who has gotten around Brian Vickers on the inside lane, and Biffle now leading the way at Chicagoland, trying to go to back-to-back race wins as he got it done in New Hampshire last episode, trying to do it once again here at Chicagoland. As Biffle driving away with the racing now in lap traffic on lap 25, Sterling Marlin's gearbox has failed, just knocked him out of the race, so the veteran, the 40, is out as it is Vickers still leading. Biffle working the outside. Here comes Dale Jr. and Matt Kenseth into the picture, running third and fourth. But it is still the Biff leading the way here at Chicagoland. He's had so much speed all day long, been so strong. He is leading this race, but Dale Earnhardt Jr. in second is closing in, looking to make a move for the lead. Here comes Dale Jr. to the inside of Greg Biffle. Earnhardt looking for the lead here in Chicagoland. Your defending champion. This would be huge if he could get a win here and lock himself into the playoffs and not have to worry about the rough season he has had. They're coming up on Elliott Sadler to put him one lap down. Dale Jr. makes the pass, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. takes the lead here at Chicagoland. Greg Biffle the second, Jimmy Johnson in third, trying to chase them down as they get around Elliott Sadler through turn 3 and 4. And now Dale Jr. in control of this race midway through stage 1. And now Greg Biffle's gotten back ahead of Dale Jr. now in lap number 45. It is Biffle back in the race lead. The 16 and the 8 have been swapping, seem to be the two best race cars right now over the long run is Greg Biffle and Dale Earnhardt Jr. They've driven away from the Hendrick duo of Vickers and Johnson. And Biffle tries to really make a statement here for Roush Racing that they are here to stay and are contenders for this championship. Of course, he's a 2-time winner. Kurt Busch is a 2-time winner. Carl Edwards has a win. We are still waiting on Matt Kenseth and Mark Martin to find victory. But now Greg Biffle has blown an engine late in this 10 to go in stage 1. Greg Biffle, the dominant car of the day, has had an engine failure that has taken him out of this race and ending his bid for back-to-back race wins. Heartbreak for Biffle, and now it is Jr. in the lead, just cruising to his stage win. He's run the last lap of stage 1. Now Dale Jr.'s got a solid gap over Brian Vickers. He makes his way through 3 and 4 for the final time this opening stage of racing. After the shocking turn of events and the heartbreak for Greg Biffle, Dale Earnhardt Jr. will win stage 1 here at Chicagoland, his first stage win of the year, followed by Vickers, Mears, Mayfield, and Stewart, the top 5. Then Matt Kenseth, Jimmy Johnson, Kurt Busch, Ricky Rudd, and Mark Martin will get the 10th and final stage point here at the Chicagoland Speedway as Dale Earnhardt Jr. is your stage 1 winner. His first stage win in 2005 here at the Chicagoland Speedway. What a performance there for Dale Jr. He gets the win, the stage win, that is. And now on the restart is Jeremy Mayfield, your leader, alongside the 2 lap cars of Jeff Gordon and Kyle Busch, who have fallen a lap down due to how dominant and how that entire 75-lap run was green from the beginning right to the end of stage 1. So a lot of guys got lapped, including Gordon and Kyle Busch, who are, of course, both winners this season in Hendrick Chevrolet. He's struggling a little bit today here in Chicago as Jeremy Mayfield now leading this race, trying to get his second stage win of the season. He's been good on points all year long. He's really been consistent. He's found a way to earn points and still has a very solid gap above the cut line. He's got to keep doing what he's doing, and he should be okay to lock in a spot in the playoffs for the second consecutive season. So he leads the way, but a caution has come out now because the 07 of Dave Blaney has also had a mechanical failure. His camshaft has gone on him, so Dave Blaney is out of this race in 40th, as is now Junior and Mayfield on the front row. Of course, Junior, your stage 1 winner. Mayfield's taking control here in this second stage. Matt Kenseth still lurking there in third, trying to win for his sponsor, USG Sheetrock, which is a sponsor of this race, and just trying to break a 100-plus race, 3-year winless streak. It has been a long time since Matt Kenseth has won here in the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series. He's trying to change that today, but it is Dale Earnhardt Jr. back to the lead, driving away here in Chicagoland. But now Matt Kenseth has taken the lead for the first time today here on lap 115. It is now Kenseth leading his first laps of the day here in Chicagoland as he continues to try to break the winless drought that has spanned over 100 races. Now here comes Dale Jr. back on the inside. Earnhardt and Kenseth, two guys way below the cut line, having a phenomenal battle for the lead here at Chicagoland as Kenseth tries to pull away from Earnhardt, who's back to the inside, but Dale Jr. makes the pass, and Earnhardt back to the lead here in Chicagoland. Dale Jr., can he hold on and sweep the stage? That'd be impressive, but not before another caution comes out because Jeff Burton, clutch has gone on him. A couple of mechanical failures already today, 4 or 5 of them, and oh, big stack up behind us. The 41 of Casey Mears has huge damage there, 4 wide. There goes Leffler into the wall. He collects Casey Mears. They go crashing, and the caution will come out. They were nearly 5 wide. Leffler just got clipped and spun right up into Casey Mears, who gets slammed into the wall. LePage gets turned around by Mike Bliss, and the caution comes out for a wreck right away on the restart here in Chicagoland, and a wild second stage so far compared to how calm the first stage was. That will be Dale Jr. leading over Matt Kenseth at the yellow. But another wreck brings out the other. Now it's Dale Jr. leading Jeremy Mayfield here now with about 16 to go on the stage. Mayfield trying to get this stage win. Jr. wants to go for the stage sweep, get as many points as possible. He knows how important they are, especially with how he won the championship last season. And now it is he and Mayfield side by side for the lead here, Chicago into 3 and 4. What a run by Jeremy Mayfield for Ray Evernham is going back to the lead here in Chicagoland. Mayfield back to the point, and Mayfield will lead the field here in Chicagoland late in stage number 2. And now on to the last lap of the stage, he's leading, but Tony Stewart is now up to second, and Stewart is trying to make the move and steal the stage win. Junior's fallen back to third as these guys negotiate the lapper of Terry Labonte, and they're going to make it back to the line. It's going to be Jeremy Mayfield winning stage 2 here in Chicagoland with a late pass. Tony Stewart is second, Junior third, Johnson fourth, Vickers onto the top 5. Ricky Rudd is 6th, Kurt Busch comes across 7th, followed by Bobby Labonte in 8th, Rusty Wallace 9th, and Matt Kenseth is going to earn the last stage point in 10th. So Mayfield is your stage 2 winner here after a chaotic end to stage number 2 with a couple of wrecks, and now it is Jimmy Johnson leading this race here on lap 175. Less than 100 laps to go here in Chicagoland. Jimmy Johnson's second stint as a race leader, but here comes Tony Stewart behind him. We know the 20 was strong. He almost won New Hampshire last episode, and now he is chasing down Jimmy Johnson right on the back where the two that are fighting for the regular season championship side by side for the lead. Then a caution has come out because Tony Stewart has wrecked out of this race. The ignition has gone on Stewart, and he is done. Tony Stewart, one of the best cars all day long, has wrecked out of today's race here in Chicago, and that's exactly what Jimmy Johnson wanted to see to extend his points lead. And what a shocking turn of events. Stewart, just like Greg Biffle before him, falls out of the race with a mechanical issue. As now it was Dale Earnhardt Jr. leading on that last restart, and now he will restart alongside Vickers with just 30 laps to go now. Here in Chicagoland is still Dale Jr. leading Vickers on his outside. Matt Kenseth behind him. You know that 17 is hungry for that win, especially seeing his teammates win 5 races already this season. He has not won since 2002. It's been a minute, and he's trying to get it done alongside your defending champion of Dale Earnhardt Jr. Side by side into one they go. Kenseth to the lead here at Chicagoland. He gets around Earnhardt and Johnson, and now Matt Kenseth driving away, trying to break the 100-race winless streak. And a caution comes out again, so now we have another restart with just 16 to go at Chicago. And it's once again rinse and repeat. Kenseth and Earnhardt the front row, Johnson and Mayfield behind. Our two stage winners on the outside lane, Kenseth and Johnson, who have been strong all day long, right there on the inside as Kenseth gets a good push from Jimmy Johnson, and Matt Kenseth is now clear for the lead once again here at Chicagoland as Kenseth tries to drive away with the lead and bring home a huge win for him in that whole 17 team. But here comes Jimmy Johnson on the inside, the 48 getting after it. He wants to get as many playoff points as he can, but it is still Matt Kenseth prevailing in the battle and leading this race late in the going. Now just 3 to go, and caution, Ken Schrader has crashed with Kevin LePage into turn 1 here at Chicagoland. Heavy damage to the 49 and the 37. Schrader, LePage wreck out, and Kenseth is the leader. And that is going to bring us to a single green-white checkered attempt to decide it here in Chicagoland. Kenseth and Johnson in the front row. We are green here in our green-white checkered to end this race here at Chicagoland Speedway. Who is it going to be? It is Kenseth alongside Jimmy Johnson for the win. Vickers and Earnhardt looking behind. Matt Kenseth, the closest he has ever been to breaking the 100-plus race winless streak that has lasted 3 years. Can he finally do it today here at the Chicagoland Speedway? It has been forever since he has last won a race. He's been so strong. Vickers alongside, side by side for the lead, coming to the white flag. Kenseth prevails on the outside lane. White flag in the air. Final lap here Chicagoland Speedway. Next flag ends the race. Matt Kenseth with a huge gap over Brian Vickers into turn 1. He is driving away now. Johnson and Earnhardt slowed each other down. They have fallen out of contention, and Vickers is into second, but Matt Kenseth driving away down the backstretch for the final time here at Chicagoland Speedway into 3 and 4. It has been 3 seasons of pain and suffering for Matt Kenseth, but that is all going to change. Matt Kenseth back in victory lane in Chicagoland. He wins the USG 400 and gets his 5th career victory, snapping a 114 race winless streak finally. Kenseth is back in victory lane. He has won it, and he is into the playoffs, joining his Roush Racing teammates of Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, and Greg Biffle. Vickers second, Mayfield third, Junior fourth, and Jimmy Johnson rounds out the top 5. Wow, followed by Ricky Rudd, Kurt Busch, Mark Martin, Rusty Wallace, and Bobby Labonte, the top 10. David Stremme is actually a lap down, so he'll end up coming home 11th. See the race results there on the left side of your screen. So there you go. Your winner is Matt Kenseth, breaking the 114 race winless streak here at Chicago. Now you look at your updated playoff grid here after Chicagoland. Of course, Matt Kenseth becomes our 13th different winner this season. So 7 races to go in the regular season. We still have 3 spots on points. Jeremy Mayfield with a really comfortable 93-point gap, of course, winning stage 2, coming home in 3rd, having an overall strong day. Harvick only +8 above the cut line, 15th, and Mark Martin now back in on the bubble, just 6 points above Casey Kane. Bobby Labonte and Jamie McMurray each out by 19, Jeff Burton out by 20, and Dave Blaney out by 37. So until the next episode, well, not yet, actually. We still have one more thing to do before we conclude today's episode. But there you go. Matt Kenseth finally breaks the winless streak. That makes it 4 out of 5 Roush Racing cars locked in the playoffs with victories. And before the episode, as always, I want to give a shout out to my channel members. So thank you very much to Brenda Breen and Jeremy Isley. I appreciate you both being channel members. It means a lot. And if any of you viewers want to become members as well, you can click the join button or the link in the description down below, and you'll get access to exclusive perks such as early access to my videos, your name on the paint scheme of the NASCAR Heat 5 Season 3 finale, or members only polls. So until next episode, I hope you all have a good one.